Welcome to the Wisdom Within. Today's teachings is about the human body, not just as a biological structure, but as a sacred vessel for spirit, emotion, and energy. Whether you identify as a healer, a practitioner, a seeker, or simply someone learning to listen more deeply to your body, this is for you. This isn't Biology 101 the way that it's taught in classrooms. This is Biology 101 for the soul, for the intuitive. For those who understand that science is not separate from spirit, but rather a language we can use to understand the sacred design of life itself. We'll explore how biology reveals the body as a living system, intelligent, adaptive, communicative, and we'll explore how as healers, we're meant to listen, not just with our ears, but with our full presence. So let's begin. Reframing the body. In Western science, the body is often viewed like a machine, compartmentalized, mechanical, and isolated from the environment. This is the lens that dominates medicine, nutrition, and even anatomy education today. But if you've ever witnessed a person heal through presence, intention, or love, if you've ever felt your body shift because you changed your breath or your belief, then you already know that the body is not a machine. It's a garden, it's a landscape, it's a living temple. And like any living system, it needs relationship. The soil, the light, the sound, the seasons, they all matter. As a healer, we're not just machines, we're stewards of the sacred landscape. Our role is to observe, to nourish, and to restore harmony. And that starts by understanding the systems that make life possible. The cell, conscious intelligence. Let's enter the microcosm of the human body, the cell. It's easy to think of the cell as tiny blobs of life, but they are complex ecosystems. Each cell contains organelles that function like organs inside a miniature body. The nucleus holds the DNA, the sacred coding for every aspect of our design. The mitochondria produce energy, what the yogis might call prana or chi in motion. The endoplasmic reticulum manages protein production. The Golgi apparatus packages and sends information. And then there's the cell membrane, an intelligent gatekeeper. But here's what the textbooks often leave out. The membrane isn't just a wall, it's a sensory interface. It feels the environment. It responds to energy, intention, and frequency. Bruce Lipton's work in epigenetics taught us that the cell's behavior is shaped not just by DNA, but by signals from its environment. What does that mean for us? It means that trauma, love, stress, prayer, diet, sunlight, and breath all speak to the cell, and the cell listens. So when we talk about healing, we're not just influencing biology, we're influencing cellular consciousness. That's why healing happens in safe spaces. That's why tears can release tension. That's why touch can change pain, because at the smallest level, your cells remember wholeness. Our role is to create the conditions where that remembrance becomes possible again. The nervous system. Bridge between worlds. Next, we move to one of the most sensitive and spiritual systems in the body, the nervous system. Often reduced to wires and signals, the nervous system is in truth the body's translator between the physical world and the energetic one. It includes the brain, the spinal cord, and nerves, but also the senses, breath, and emotional responses. We usually think of the sympathetic nervous system as fight or flight, and the parasympathetic as rest and digest. But within this binary lies a spectrum, a rhythm. Your nervous system is always scanning. Is it safe to relax? Is it time to run? Can I soften? Or do I need to armor? Healers must understand this. You cannot talk someone out of a dysregulated state. You must co-regulate them into safety. This is why the tone of your voice, your breath, the softness of your gaze matter. This is why trauma-informed healing is biological, not just physiological. When the nervous system softens, the body opens. Healing happens in that moment, not because of supplement or protocol, but because the environment has shifted. In the yogic teachings, the nervous system is called nadis, subtle energy channels that run alongside nerves. In traditional Chinese medicine, the meridians correspond to energetic pathways connected to organ systems. These systems are more connected than we've been taught. The bridge is real, and you are it. The gut, your inner universe. Let's go deeper into the gut. This is your second brain, not metaphorically, but literally. The enteric nervous system in your digestive tract contains over 100 million neurons. It communicates with the brain through the vagus nerve and produces 90% of the body's serotonin, your mood stabilizer. But the gut is more than just a brain. It's a universe. Trillions of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other organisms make up your biome. This microbiome influences your immune system, your mood, your ability to absorb nutrients, and even your intuitive response. In spiritual terms, the gut is the seat of intuition and personal power. It aligns with the solar plexus chakra, our center of will, digestion, transformation. When someone is bloated, anxious, or chronically inflamed, it's not just a dietary issue. It's a sign that something deeper is asking to be metabolized. As healers, when we work with the gut, we're helping someone digest not just food, but life, their history, their emotions, their identity. Herbs, breathwork, somatic movement, probiotics, and even sound all affect the gut's harmony. Use them wisely and use them intuitively. The blood and the lymph, rivers of life. Now let's talk about movement, blood and lymph. The blood is sacred. It carries oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and memories. It's a communicator, a deliverer, a purifier. The heart, which pumps his blood, is not just a mechanical pump. It's electromagnetic. It creates the largest energetic field in the body, larger than the brain. The lymphatic system, often forgotten, is your body's drainage system. It removes waste, dead cells, and pathogens. But it has no pump of its own. It relies on you to move it. Walking, breath work, dry brushing, jumping, massage. And in many spiritual traditions, the lymph was associated with purification. It's the waterway that cleanses the temple. When someone feels sluggish, foggy, or heavy, consider their flow. How's the blood moving? Is the lymph circulating? Restoration of flow is restoration of life. The energetic blueprint. Finally, we zoom out to look at the energetic anatomy of the body. Biology teaches us that we are matter. Spirituality teaches us that we are energy, but quantum physics says we're both. The human body is made up of atoms. Atoms are 99.999% empty space. So what fills the space? Vibration, frequency, and tension. The chakras, the meridians, koshas, these aren't just poetic ideas. They are blueprints, fields, templates of how energy organizes into form. The endocrine system, for example, lines up beautifully with the chakra system. The pineal gland at the third eye, the thyroid at the throat, the adrenals at the root. There is sacred symmetry here and intelligence behind the design. As a healer, you're not just supporting a person's body, you're tending to their field. And as you learn biology, remember, you are learning to read the language of light, form, and function, all working in harmony. So why should every healer study biology? Because knowing how the body works helps you work with it. Because understanding science gives us clarity, confidence, and deeper compassion. Because when you speak the language of the body, you can also hear the whispers of the soul. This is not about being perfect, it's about being present. It's about honoring the miracle that you are and that every being is. So continue studying, continue listening, and remember, healing doesn't just begin with fixing, it begins with seeing. Thank you for being here with me on the Wisdom Within. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep listening to the sacred language within. Thank you.